Guys, we have an urgent information coming out. Do me a favor, share the video. Thank you again for your support. Animals knew the earthquake and the tsunami were coming. No apps needed. While Californians were chilling, birds dipped inland fast right before tsunami waves hit. Thousands of miles away, endangered stellar sea lions leaped into the sea as earthquakes shook and Safarov Island of Russia's Kamchatka coast. No sirens, no alerts, no smartphones, just raw instinct. Same thing is happening to Yellowstone. There's been a lot of reports about animals leaving Yellowstone. So we're going to see what's going on here, guys. This is a big bombshell report, very important news. When God created the heaven and the earth, the first living creature he created was animals. And then on the sixth day, God created man. Now, these animals are gifted with instinct. All right, animals could sense when something is coming. Earthquake, hurricane. The birds, they know about the storm, hurricanes, and tornado. The dogs or cats, they know about ground movement. I mean, they know when things are going to strike. To be honest, the animals are the true news media when it comes to world catastrophic events. All right, so yeah, we're gonna see what's going on here, guys. This is a big breaking news update. You guys know it was a 8.0 magnitude that struck Russia, and then it has risen to an 8.7, and then it went up again 8.8, the sixth largest earthquake ever recorded. All right, so again, I do believe there's going to be a lot more. There's tons of aftershock. I will take you guys to the USGS and see what's going on there. But yeah, we're going to focus more on these animals. We need to pay attention to these animals. We need to pay attention to the birds. We need to pay attention to the dogs, the cat. Again, in the end time, God said, look out for signs. To look out for these signs. All right, so pay very close attention, guys. And yeah, we're going to see what's going on with this story here. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. And for those of you that want to help and support this channel, we do have the Cash App link and a PayPal link in the comments box and also description box. Again, thank you so much for your support. Ooh, OBS is buffering. Don't know what's going on with the OBS now. Okay, so it says here, unusual event occurred a day before 8.8 earthquake hit Russia. Animals warned. Animals warned. We were warned. An 8.8 earthquake hit Russia, Kamchatka Peninsula, causing tsunami warnings. Viral video shows beluga whales ashore, sparking debate on their disaster sensing ability. So what might have happened here, there's a possibility before the earthquake, there was methane gas that was released. There's a possibility there was a crack deep sea and gas escaped, possibly, who knows. And a lot of these wells, well, again, many of them have died. So again, you guys already know that methane gas, along with volcanic eruption and earthquake, is released. All right, so an earthquake measuring 8.8 on the Richter scale, one of the biggest ever recorded, struck Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula on Wednesday, July 30th. The epicenter of the earthquake was 20.7 kilometers deep, around 119 kilometers from Petropavlovsky and Kamchatsky, according to the Associated Press. Now, the powerful tremor prompted tsunami warnings in multiple nations, including the United States, Japan, Chile, and New Zealand. Japan and the U.S. agencies first recorded the earthquake magnitude as 8.0, but the U.S. Geological Survey later upgraded it to an 8.7. In this vein, a viral video has sparked debate on social media, with many believing that a group of beluga whales washing ashore in Kamchatka, Russia, may have been a warning sign for the recent 8.8 magnitude earthquake that triggered a tsunami in the region. Now you have to ask yourself this question: is Yellowstone the real deal? Because supposedly animals are leaving. Now, some of the experts are saying that yes, some of these animals are leaving, but it's at a time of season. All right, they leave to certain areas. They leave to other territories, mating season or whatever. But again, we need to pay very close attention. We need to pay very, very, very close attention. There's been all these giant cracks are opening in Utah and Idaho. It's happening in other regions. You got the ground just shifting. We need to pay very close attention to these burning mountain volcanoes and also the earthquake. When animals start to leave, again, it's very important to just, pay very close attention. The incident, the video which has been widely shared online, shows 5 whales, including a calf, stranded on the shore in Kamchatka, and the whales presumably ventured into shallow waters and failed to swim out as the tide receded, resulting in them becoming beached. In a clip, a group of fishermen can be seen keeping the whales moist with seawater and helping them swim back to the ocean as the high tide returns. Wow. The incident is claimed to have occurred a day before the massive earthquake hit Kamchatka, with some user pointing out that the location of the whale stranding was near the epicenter of the earthquake. So what's the odds of that happening, guys? So the day before yesterday, there were signs of these whales. And then a few hours later, 8.8 in that same region. This has sparked discussion over whether the animals sensed the disaster before it struck. For those of you, again, when it comes to scriptures, God created animals. God said, take care of my animals. Take care of these animals. They are a gift from me to you, Adam. And be fruitful and multiply. And these animals have special gift. Again, they know when things will strike. Do you have a cat? Again, sometimes these cats, they know when enemy are coming. They know it. A mice, and the mice knows that there's a cat in the house, and the mice will not dare to come inside the house because of the smell of the cat. But again, these animals are very gifted with instinct. They know when things will snap. If you have a toy, right? Let's say the toy makes noise or the toys jump and the cat reaction, right? If you record that reaction, the cat will jump first, and then the toy will make the sound. So the cats know when things are coming. How people are reacting. So many social media users have expressed their views on the incident, with some believing that the whale's unusual behavior was a sign or warning of the impending disaster. Some users have taken to social media to share their thoughts, with one user posting, "The animals warned us, and we didn't listen." Just yesterday, 5 whales washed ashore in Kamchatka, Russia, the exact epicenter of today's record-shattering magnitude 8.8 earthquake. Nature always knows first. This was the warning. Okay. Should we take Yellowstone serious now? That's the big question. Is Yellowstone next? Now it says here, another said 5 beluga whales washed ashore in Kamchatka just a day before the 8.8 earthquake. Nature gave us a warning, but we failed to listen. Nature? Nah, it ain't nature. Animals gave us warning. Animals as earthquake sensors, beluga whales and the Kamchatka quake. Just a day before the powerful 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck Kamchatka, Russia. An unusual and haunting event occurred. 5 beluga whales mysteriously washed ashore along the coast directly at the earthquake epicenter, the third user posted. However, the authenticity of the video remains unverified, with some suggesting it could be an old clip. Come to find out, it wasn't an old clip. There were many, many sources out there that just put out the information. The beluga, also known as the white whale, stands out from other whales due to its pearly color. When the beluga puppies are born, they are gray. Okay, so we're going to skip this here, guys. What is the animal's secret ability to detect Earth's magnetic field? For decades, scientists have been perplexed by animals' capacity to detect the Earth's magnetic field, which aids organisms such as birds, sea turtles, lobsters, and even some plants in finding direction, migrating, and navigating long distance. While the phenomenon is widely observed in nature, humans do not appear to share this sensing skill in any visible or practical way, because humans don't want to pay attention. They just ignore the true reality. They just want to just focus on the things of the world. But again, you could tell when the wind is blowing by looking at the tree, the leaves. It's just blowing south or blowing west. I mean, again, you could tell when the wind is blowing certain direction. You could tell when a storm is coming, when the clouds is, dark clouds is heading towards you. I mean, the animals knows. Again, my chickens, they know when to go to the chicken coop. I mean, right now they out and they're having a good time, but they know when the sun is going down and they all go to that chicken coop. I don't have to go after them. Hey, go to the chicken coop now. No, I don't have to go. I leave that chicken coop door open. You know what happens? Around 7:30 p.m. in the same time frame. 7:30. I'm like, man, you guys are perfect on time. They all are in the chicken coop. All I have to do is just close the door. So it just, these animal knows when it's time to go, when it's time to rest, when it's time to hunt. They know when things are gonna come. There have been several instances across the world where animals have exhibited unusual behavior before natural disaster struck. Some notable examples include, well, there was a video of a dog. He was in the office and he was laying down and he was, I guess, sleeping. And then he got up and then he ran. And then everybody looked and said, what's wrong with that dog? So everybody went back to their phone and, computer and working. And then all of a sudden there was an earthquake. So everybody got up and ran where the dog left, that same direction. Earthquake in China in 1975. In 1975, the city of Hancheng in China became one of the most well-known examples of how animals' behavior was used to anticipate earthquakes. Around 1 lakh people were evacuated when authorities discovered odd and nervous behavior in animals. Only hours later, a devastating 7.3 struck and destroyed over 90% of the city. Not only that, another example, the animals went to Noah. They went inside the ark. The animals know, because the animals knew, hey, there's a flood coming. We got to go. That's why that old man built this ark for like over 50 years. Move out the way, Noah. I'm an elephant. I heard that this is my spot. Animals knew about the flood. Tsunami 2004. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami devastated coastal communities, taking at least 2 million. That's a, well, it's 2 million. No, that's 2,025,000. Nah, that can't be it. I could be wrong on that number there, guys. All right, so again, you get the picture here. Animals have this instinct. They know when things will strike. What are your thoughts? Leave comments down below. But I also want to bring this up too. All right, so this information is also coming out. All right, so let me just bring this one up. Okay, so since we are talking about Yellowstone, here's a volcano here. It's not Yellowstone, but it's Russia's. Ah, man, these names. Lichevskoy volcano erupts. Oh my goodness. Ash plume hits 20,000 feet. Man, Russia, you guys are getting hammered. Explosive activity continues following today's massive earthquake, with ash clouds now reaching up to 20,000 feet. The Tokyo VAC says ash is moving east at 10 knots and could spread hundreds of kilometers in the coming hours. Aviation alert issued as the eruption remains active. Wow. Ooh-wee. Tsunami, volcano, earthquake, animals. It's all happening. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Once again, let me bring this up too. This was posted 3 hours ago. Central and South America issue tsunami warnings after earthquake. Countries across the Pacific coast, from Colombia to Chile, are evacuating beaches and bracing for tsunami waves after the 8.8 earthquake of Russia. Colombia ordered evacuation in Nariño and Choco, while Chile suspended coastal school classes and put Easter Island on alert. Ecuador warns of imminent danger, with waves expected to hit the Galapagos, and Panama urged residents to stay away from the shore until midday. So we are praying for the people out there in Central and South America. So again, seek for higher ground. Be safe. Sending prayers to a lot of people. All right, guys, so this is all the information. The big question is, animals are leaving Yellowstone. Can that also be a sign? According to USGS, they put that to rest. No, doesn't mean that Yellowstone is going to erupt. They just leave. They want to go somewhere else. This is normal. It's mating season, and they just leaving. They're going somewhere else. Again, guys, like I said, sometimes we have to, pay attention. Look out for these signs. Animals are gifted with instinct. They know when things will strike. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. Once again, guys, $5 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on the platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.